It was a group that caucused with Senate Democrats that changed their votes, and you thought they should have held out for a better deal, as we discussed, on health care. Do you think Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is the right leader for Democrats in the Senate at this time?
Look, as I said, I'm furious at the Democrats that caved. I wish Chuck Schumer were a stronger leader, quite frankly. But look, my focus is on how do we extend these tax credits for people so they don't pay double and triple for their health care premiums. I mean, that's what matters. We can have those other discussions, later on. But right now, we need to focus in on, on what matters. And look, I want a more progressive leadership in both, in the Senate. I want more progressive leaders to get elected all over the country. I'm somebody who wants to fix our healthcare system, in a bigger way. As I said before, I'm for Medicare for all. I think we need to do big things in this country. I think people want it, and they're sick and tired of the fact that billionaires get tax breaks and everybody else gets screwed. So we got to find we have to get our priorities straight.
It sounds like you're stopping short of saying he should go. Some of your colleagues in the House, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, has said, he's not really meeting the moment. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut says the party can't continue to break apart like this.
Yeah. Look, I'm not in the Senate, and I'm not here to defend Chuck Schumer. I wish he were a stronger leader. I don't know who would be replaced with. I mean, these are issues that need to be discussed. All I'm telling you is that we need a different set of priorities in Washington. We need a more progressive vision for the future of this country, and we need to be solving problems for regular people, for working people, and not just not just worried about giving tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires and big corporations. I'm sick of the way the prioritization has unfolded.
So speaking of the future of politics, this may be a rather delicate question because it involves age, but Senator Ed Markey is running for re-election right now. He said he is, and he's in the race. He will be 80 years old next year. And if he is elected and then serves a 6-year term, he'll be 86, obviously, at the end of that term. Congressman Seth Moulton is challenging him, calling for a new generation of leadership. You have endorsed Senator Markey. When is it time to pass the torch?
Look, people decide whether or not they want you to get reelected or not. Look, I'm voting for Ed Markey because, quite frankly, I agree with him on more issues. And that's how I base my votes. I don't base it on, I don't like your glasses or how old you are, like that. I base it on the issues. Look, Seth Moulton is a friend of mine. I'm a believer in democracy. The voters will decide this. But for me, politics is about issues. And that's where my focus is.
Does Congressman Moulton have a point when he talks about Democrats should learn from the last election on this age thing?
I think the lesson from the last election was that people care about affordability. I think that's what happened in New Jersey. I think that's what happened in Virginia. I think that's what you saw in New York City. I mean,
you don't think President Biden's age was?
Oh, you're talking about Biden? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, I don't. I think President Biden, should have stepped aside, and because I don't think he was up to it. I don't think anybody questions whether Ed Markey is up to running for re-election. But again, to me, it's the issues, and again, going to the most recent last election, it is about affordability and and who could be the best champion on those issues.
Congressman, it's always great to have you in the chair. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for being here.
Are you carving the turkey this Thanksgiving?
You probably don't want me to carve the turkey because I would do such a lousy job. But I'm looking forward to turkey on this Thanksgiving. And for those out in Western Massachusetts who are watching, we do our annual 43-mile walk for hunger from Springfield to Greenfield to raise money for the Food Bank of Western Massachusetts. And we need to support our food banks and our food pantries, especially now as this administration is not only withholding food assistance, but in their big ugly bill, cut SNAP by close to $200 billion. So, we all have to step up and help our neighbors.
It is an eventful week of politics to unpack, and our political roundtable is next.